your e-commerce store needs backlinks to make sure that you rise the rankings. And recently I spent almost $1,400 on links, and I wanted to show you what I got for them, what you should look out for, and how you can build quality links yourself. So as I said, I spent $1,400 on links recently. I got 10 links in total. One of them was directly built for myself. The other 9 were through a third party. Now there's been plenty more links built beyond this, but I wanted to show you these examples here as they were kind of all part of a package basically. So I'm not going to show the links. I'm not going to name the names of where I got the links from because I don't want to, diss on anyone here. But I just wanted to show you what to look out for and what I look for when I'm building links, right? So first of all, this first link I got here, this is from a third party. Now this is all for the same website, I should say. So these aren't for different websites. This is all for one client of mine, one website. So the first link I got, it was a DR40, but the website itself only had 280 traffic, so very small. In Australia, because that's where I'm from, that's where the client's from, there was only 10 people, 10 traffic to that website. But more importantly, the specific page that this link was placed on had no traffic and no referring domains. And that cost me $95 US, so about 150, 145 Australian. And finally, the website relevance, which is just a metric that I look at myself, kind of made up. But basically, I look at the website to see how relevant it is to my client's niche. And so this one here, I gave like a 3 out of 10. Basically, the website had a bunch of articles on a bunch of different topics. And so it's not really serving one specific niche, right? The best quality links to your niche are going to come from other websites within that niche. And so this site here, along with a lot of the other ones, they had links to a bunch of different industries. And so the content was just kind of very sporadic and didn't really have as much relevance to my client. So, I wasn't super stoked on that link. As with all these links, they're going to help, but they're just not as good quality as the one that I've built, which I'll show you later on. But that was the first one. The next bunch, I bought a package from a third party. So this was all, one package cost me however many USD that is, 600 USD, so about 900 and something Australian. Now all these links were built, and then I've received them, had a look at them. They all were kind of given to me as different tiers basically. So the first 4 were one tier, these 2 were another tier, and so forth. And so we can see the first 4 links all through the same tier. Their DRs are quite low, 7, 4.8, 7, 10, nothing much there, but that's what I paid for. That's what you get. But more importantly, all of these links and all of these websites have no traffic to them whatsoever, and they have no referring domains on the page. The page has no traffic. And so, realistically, is it going to do much for my client? It's probably not. And so probably not the best move on my part. Like ideally, every link that we build, at least the website itself should definitely have traffic, but the page as well, we want traffic because that's just going to help flow some of that link juice on, as well as referring domains. If they don't have referring domains, then it's not really doing as much. So, not super stoked on these links, as they cost me $55 US each. Link building costs money. This is what you pay SEOs for. This is why SEO is expensive, because a lot of the money goes towards building links. And so, again, these ones, the relevance of these websites were not that great. Like one of them was a little bit more relevant. It had a bit more structure to it, but the rest of them, they're all just kind of sporadic. They've got content written about all these different topics. And so, again, from my part, not super happy on the links that we got. They are going to help. They all play a part, but, they could be better. And so this is something to look out for when you pay for links, especially these lower tier links that you're getting for. They seem cheaper, but cheaper is not always best. And as I said, I'll show you at the end why. So we go on to the next couple. The ones where the DRs were a bit higher, 33, 15, 20, and a 52. So 52 seems pretty good. But again, you can see a lot of them don't have, like all of these links, none of the pages had traffic whatsoever. None of the pages had referring domains. So they, not ideal. I would be building these links myself. But again, you're not going to get necessarily traffic on every single page that you put a link from. That's okay. Like in an ideal world you would, but they still do help. So, it's not the end of the world. It's all kind of pointing towards your website and giving you some link juice and link authority in some capacity, one way or another. But again, like these links, they're just not ideal. As we get to the lower ones, like at least the website has traffic, there's traffic in Australia as well, which is helpful. But again, the page and the referring domain don't have any traffic. So, all in all, did I waste $900 on these links? I don't really think it was a waste. They do help. However, if I were to have my time again, like I'm probably not going to use these guys again. I'm going to just continue to build links myself and use other providers. So I'm working with another one who is Australian based. So hopefully that'll help getting some Australian links. So I'll make a video about that in the future and see how those links turn out. But then we get to the one down here, which I built myself. And when I say I found the link, I reached out to the website, I made the payment and so forth. These ones here, you kind of build them through their platform. So you just say, hey, I want X amount of links, you pay them, they go build it, they do the outreach and so forth. This final link was one that I built myself. And we can see already that just how much better quality is. Now, obviously this one cost me a lot more, $200 US, 327 Australian. But with that higher quality and high payment, you get a high quality link. So first of all, the relevance of this website was a 9 out of 10, and that's why I built it. The website itself was very specific to my client's niche. This is in the kind of beauty and hair space. And so the website that this link is from is all about that beauty, females, feminine things. And so it's very relevant to my client, which is very important. Then the second thing, it's got healthy DR, 34. It's got 15,000 website visitors per month to the website, 267 from Australia. I'm not too fussed on the Australian traffic, although it does help a little bit having kind of relevant, for an Australian client, Australian website traffic is going to help. But overall, the website, like it was legit. It wasn't, like these ones kind of built to farm links. This one is a legit website, a legit blog with real people going to it and finding information, which is great. And so the page that we got the link on itself had 511 people visiting it per month. So there's actually eyeballs on this page and on the link that we got for the client. And also it had 2 referring domains, which isn't heaps, but it means that there are 2 other websites that link to this page because it's got good quality content. So it ticks all the boxes for me in terms of what link I want to build. It's got traffic to the page, it's got referring domains, it's very relevant. And more importantly, it's kind of like a real website. It's a real link. This isn't one that's just farming kind of links to these third parties. And so this one here, A, it costs more, and B, it took a lot longer to build. Like these ones, you click a button, you pay them, they go build the links for you. It's very easy. Whereas this one here, this took a lot of outreach, and so like I'm not going to get as many links like this because it takes a long time to do, and hence why it's more expensive as well, because these websites have kind of authority and trust within themselves and within their readers. And so they don't want to just sell links for the sake of selling links. They want to make sure that the content is relevant. And luckily, my client was very relevant to this brand. And so therefore, they were happy to put a link on there. So it just shows you the difference here, that when you actually spend the time and go through a quality provider, be it myself, be it another provider that you found is good, then you are going to get better results. And importantly, with this one here, I can see that this one had an effect on my client's website, and I'll show you that now actually. So I just got the Ahrefs kind of chart here. So basically this link 10 that I built, we built it for the client around here. So you can see they were kind of like, tracking along, and they were dipping it a little bit. But we can see once we built the link that once it kind of kicked in and had some effect, we can just see that this traffic has gone up. Obviously it's fluctuating a little bit because there's, we're talking small numbers here. Excuse me. However, that traffic as well is coming specifically from the keyword that this link had as its anchor text, which is like the main keyword that we're targeting. And so like the anchor text for all these different keywords were different. It just happened to be that this one, because it was a good quality link, I wanted it to pass on some good authority. And so I made the anchor text for this link here, like the main keyword for this site. And since then, all this traffic is coming from that main keyword that we have used as anchor text in that link. So it just goes to show you how important good quality links are and how important it is to make sure that you spend the time to actually find them. Like obviously this does take time, does cost money, but you can see as a result, like all these other links were built a little bit before and we can see nothing really happened. Whereas once we built a good quality link, like it has had an effect and it has helped this site jump in its rankings and jump in the amount of traffic to it, which is great. So there you go. That's what happened when I spent $1,400 on links, what you should look out for, and how you can build good quality links yourself. Remember, making sure that the page has traffic and referring domains and is also relevant. They're the kind of key things that I look for when building links. If you want to work with me, click the first link in the description below. And if you want to learn more about SEO, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.